Hello, 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 and welcome everybody. Welcome Facebook, YouTube, and I'm pretty sure we are on Instagram. I'm like 90% sure that we're on Instagram. Yep, it says we're live. We are. Oh, and there's the voice. So
Nice.
I can see Liz Dawn is live with us on Instagram. We got this going on. I can't believe I'm doing this high-tech thing with Instagram, YouTube, and Instagram. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. Let's say hello, and we'll go with that. Hello, Liz Dawn. And Carson, good to see you. Thank you. Sister Sledge, Diane Sims, how are you? How are you? Fox and Squeezebox. I like the name. How are you? Thank you for being here on Instagram. Diana, hello. Nancy, hello. Rose Schultz, look at all the people. We were just with lots of these people, Claire. We were with lots of these people at the Celebrate Your Life
Right. Yeah.
a retreat that we did at Skamania. Missy D, hello. Jean, hello. Hi, Jean. Karen Stringer, life is peachy. Hello, hello, hello. And Cindy, hello. Cindy says hello. Welcome, guys. Come on in. Say hello. I'm so excited, you guys, and I'll tell you in a little bit all about Claire. Maria, hello. Norma, hello. Ladora, hello. We're waiting for Delora to be here.
Elias, you're so popular. This is crazy.
You should see it. It gets a little crazy, but it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. So, guys, if you don't know, I have been honored to be able to present workshops and do readings at a wonderful place called New Renaissance Bookshop. And I always want to say bookstore, but it's bookshop. And it is in Portland, Oregon, which is just a skip, hop, and a jump from where I'm at in Camas, Washington. It literally takes me 15 minutes. It's longer when there's traffic, but it's 15 minutes to get there. And it's so exciting. It is this beautiful store that Claire's family owns. And Claire is the manager. And how long? Tell us a little bit. Well, first of all, welcome.
Thank you. Let me plug my computer in here. There we go.
Please do.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. So yeah, my mom and dad started the store 37 years ago. I'm 32, so the store is like my older sibling. Pretty much literally grew up there, was like a little toddler running around with all these amazing people around me, because our book buyer, for example, has worked there longer than I've been alive. So it's really a family business. Yeah, some of our employees have worked there since I was a little kid. Of course, there's always new people coming too, but everyone's family, and that extends out to our readers like Elias and our presenters. So it's a really fun place to grow up in. And I'm honored to get to work here and meet all the amazing people coming through. So.
And your store has so many things. It has books, it has oils, it has singing bells, it has crystals, it has different kinds of flower essences, it has scarves and jewelry and clothing, and you guys have so many things, and it is 2 stories, and it's like 2 buildings put together, correct?
It's 3 Victorian houses.
Oh,
so
wow.
The store started out as like one little Victorian house on the corner. And then slowly we just like kept taking on more real estate as we could, as it like organically grew. So it's 3 Victorian houses, and we built little connectors so that you can actually kind of tell the outside of where the houses originally were, but we've connected them. And then the event center is a 4th. So it kind of just organically grew over the years. And then the amazing Thai restaurants at the end. So we share the block with them. So
that's awesome. Yeah, it is a great Thai restaurant.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's really good. Gloria, hello. Irma, all the way from Illinois. Good to see you. Kelly, hello. Shelly Ferrano. Sharon, hello. And Rose says, I was just at the store when we were in Washington. Such a great, such a great and thoughtful center. Yes, Rose says it had everything. It did. It did. And Carson says 4 houses. I had no idea it was so many. Other did I. Other did I, everybody. I had no clue. So let me ask you, was your mom and dad all into this part of, because our talk is nurturing self, were they always were part of this, or were they always were interested in developing self and nurturing self through these different spiritual practices?
They both got into this really young. My dad kind of started out in high school, like with his friends, like smoking weed and reading like Ram Dass, like Be Here Now. And then sometime after that, he got into like Zen Buddhism, and he was from the Midwest. So it's actually kind of wild that, like, you know, he found this so early at such a young age. And then my mom, also from the Midwest, she's from Wisconsin. I know you're a Midwesterner too.
I'm from Chicago, so yes.
Yeah. So she learned transcendental meditation when she was in college in Wisconsin. So they started young, but they originally were activists. So they were raising money for the environment, going door to door, training people how to do this, how to, you know, go door to door. It takes a lot of chutzpah to just knock on doors asking for money, asking to change laws around the environment. So that's what they both were doing, and that's how they met. And then that's what brought them to Portland. Was my dad was asked to manage one of those groups out here in Portland. But after a time, that work kind of, you know, was coming to an end, and they were like, well, what's next? So they were traveling all over the world. And after a while, they were like, okay, we need a home base. So what should we do? So my dad went on a retreat, and I think like his car broke down. So he was like stuck in the middle of nowhere. And that's when sort of this vision for the bookshop came to be. And he got back from that and, you know, brought it up to my mom, and she felt like this was the next thing. So she was feeling it too. So that's where it started. They got some other friends involved. So we have two owners that live in California that are more like silent partners, but they're very supportive. So
I love that. And thanks to Laura. Laura's putting up the website for you, www.newrenbooks.com. Carson says she found you guys in 97. The store has been such a great resource. I love that. And when Delora was here, because we had several people come to the store when I was on retreat, and they got here a day early, they all took like an excursion day to come down to Portland and from Skamania. And Delora says, I wanted a mermaid toy. Yes, and I saw the one that she was looking at. Who knows, Delora, maybe when I see you in July, you'll have a little mermaid friend. Now, as we look at the store, everyone, I want you to know that it is such a warm vibe. I don't know about many of you, but I know when I go into a metaphysical store, I will get a headache. I'll get a headache because they haven't cleared the store. They haven't smudged the store. It's got too many crystals that need that's not the experience when you walk into New Renaissance. When you walk into New Renaissance, it is everybody is greeting you. They're saying hello. It's just such a welcoming. You guys have done such a great job. So kudos to your mom and dad and you for managing. Now, a little bit about you. You went to school out of the U.S.
I went to school in the U.S.
Oh, in the U.S.
After school, I went to India. So
you went to India. Okay, great.
And
great,
for people who don't know, actually, they should know about this. So there's a school in Iowa called Maharishi International University, where everyone practices meditation. There's people from all over the world there.
Where in Iowa?
Fairfield. It's like this tiny little Midwest town that's been like taken over by yogis and meditators. And
Fairfield. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up because we do our retreats in Mechanicsville, Iowa.
Nice. I don't know where that's at, but
I don't know where Fairfield is, but I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. So yeah, if you know anyone who's like college age and they want something different, it's an amazing school. And it's an accredited college degree. You can learn normal subjects like business or like I did media and communications, pre-med. My partner did pre-med. So it's pretty
That's
wild.
really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. They
I
have a
like that a
master's
lot.
program. You can learn about Ayurveda, lots of amazing things. So
I think maybe Delora can go back to school since you'll be in Iowa so much, Delora. You can go back to school. You can go to Fairfield, Iowa. Just tell the Norm that you're going. Tell him you're going to Fairfield, Iowa. That's fun. That is really fun.
yeah.
Now, what is the best? Oh, look at how cute she is. Maharishischool.org. Thank you, Delora. Where do you see your most clients? Are they like in the book section? Are they looking at the tarot decks or the oracle decks? Where do you find that people gather the most?
Like within the store.
Within the store, yeah.
They're all over the place, but I will say the tarot and the oracle cards. People cannot get enough of tarot and oracle cards. It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
I used to be a tarot skeptic. I used to be like, what? You're going to give your power over to these cards? But then I started working with them from a very intuitive level, the way you work with cards.
Right.
And really wild things were happening. Like it was speaking to the question so directly, you couldn't even deny that something real was happening there.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It really is fascinating. Do you have a favorite deck?
I have a couple. I really love the Fountain Tarot. It's like these beautiful, kind of realistic paintings, but each card is, I imagine that each card when it was originally painted could be like an enormous painting that could be in like a gallery or something. And each card has a lot of feeling. I like cards that you can just look at the card and see something in them without even having to go to the book. Because I'm not trained enough to like know the traditional meaning of each card. So usually I like to do it intuitively first. It's cool to kind of go back later and look at what the book said to see, like, compare. But
well, and I think that's an interesting point to bring up because, like we've talked about, you've heard me talk about it. I think it's fascinating that someone creates this and it's their interpretation, and we're going by that interpretation, which is awesome. Some people want that structure. I want to go with what I'm feeling. Like you, I will go back to take a look. Is there something that I need to remember that will do that? When I first started, I followed the rules. I was like, nope, you got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. And I try to memorize several pieces of a tarot deck card that I still use at times. And I couldn't remember like five cards. Out of this one had a lot. This one had 72 cards. So out of the 5, I'm like, why can't I memorize these? And I always came up with a different answer. So I went with that. And people like, yeah, this card really spoke to me. This card didn't speak to me. It was really fascinating to me. So I say always go with what you're feeling. There was another question I wanted to ask you, and I don't know if you guys do it, and I should have asked you prior, so I'm putting you on the spot. But is there like a festival that happens in Chicago? We had so many street fairs where they have like booths and stuff. Does the area that the store is in, is there like a little like street fair, or does the store do like these special events?
So the first part of the question, there's not really like a whole street fair like on 23rd. There's like the art walk that's in the Pearl, but it's a little far from us. So it's kind of hard for us to get too engaged in that. We started doing we did a May fair and a harvest fair. So that was more just our block. So we did a metaphysical fair. So we had different readers like you, Elias, like doing similar things where people could pop in and get a reading that's a bit cheaper than usual, because it's a more festive environment and there's other people in the space. We had people doing fairy hair, so putting those cute like sparkles in people's hair. Yeah. We had people making flower crowns. We had a few artists on the porch with like booths. So we kind of did our own kind of thing. We'll probably do that again. It's really fun.
If you need anybody to cook Greek food, let me know. Oh. I'm kidding.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I know you would. That's what I'm saying. I'm kidding.
That's one of my favorite types of food.
And look at Dolores says, and why is there no Greek food in the area? You're funny. You're funny. I know that was my question. When I moved here, I was so excited because, Chicago, and you've been to Chicago, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, we have Greek Town.
Right.
And I thought Portland would have like a lot of stuff. And people are like, oh yeah, I know this place. And they have baba ganoush. I'm like, not of my people. And they're like, oh, and they have really good tabbouleh. I'm like, not of my people. Well, don't you guys have like hummus and falafel? I'm like, not of my people. It is considered Mediterranean, but it's not my people. I mean, we're talking like, we don't do hummus. We do like tara musalata, which is really good, by the way. And that's fish roe. And we have like a garlic spread, which is super, super good. See, now I'm hungry for Greek food. Thanks, Claire. I'm really hungry for Greek food. It's one of my favorites. I did when Delora was here and our friend Gabriella was here for the retreat. We made moussaka. So I don't know. Are you a meat eater?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Well, next time I make some, I'll bring it to the store.
All right. Sounds good.
It's a promise.
We used to have a very good Greek restaurant right up the block from us, but they closed. I don't know what happened, but they were great. But yeah.
Darn it. I found one in Tiger. Is that right? Tigered?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tigered. And but that's like 40 minutes from my house. I'm like, I was like, well, I'm used to driving that in Chicago, but I was like, well, I don't know. So I'm going to do it a day where John is off and we'll just go because John's not, besides Greek chicken and the moussaka and a couple other dishes, he hasn't had that much. So I'm excited. All right. We're not, see what happens, everybody? We start talking about food and it's like, look, squirrel. So what would you say is your favorite part about managing the store?
That's a big question.
I know.
For me, one thing that really, I was doing the events for a long time, so I'm very biased, but whenever I'm at an event and I can just feel that people are really getting a lot out of it, or it's just, that's like really rewarding because you're really seeing what all your hard work is for, is seeing, that tangible change in people's energy after they come out of a really good event. Love that. Of course, working with the staff, we have an amazing team. So just being a part of that community, I think that just working in an environment like this boosts everyone up. I'm like, yeah, it'd be rough working at home, like not seeing all these amazing people like every day. And, we lift each other up. So
your team is phenomenal. Truly, truly. Carson says, I've traveled all over the Pacific Northwest and told Angela at the store, this store is by far one of the best, most eclectic resources for metaphysical divination tools in the Pacific Northwest. I love that. That's
Thank you, awesome. Carson. Thanks.
Yeah. And Carson she lives in Vancouver, so she's right next door to me. And, I have to tell you, my favorite part of being part of having the honor to be part of the store and doing the events and doing the readings is really seeing the shift of people and their aha moments, and they're really wanting to know more. They're really wanting to engage. They're really wanting to find out, like, hey, I've never been to any of these things. Tell me a little bit about it. We did a very cool, I wish you could have been there. It was the despacho ceremony that we did. So it is making a nature-based mandala. It comes from the Indian Peruvian shaman group, and they do something that represents each piece of what you put on this piece of paper is, for example, cotton balls that represent the clouds, and little gummy worms that are for the creepy crawlies, and animal crackers for the animals, and flowers for the mountains, and there's other flowers for Mother Earth. It's just a really beautiful piece, and you could do it for each season, or you could do it when you're wanting to buy a home or a new job. It was really, really beautiful, and it was an amazing experience, and everybody wanted to be part of it. And there was a lot of people there, and they're just like, this is really cool. And here's, I have to tell you, so in the tradition, what they do is they'll fold up the piece and put it in a cloth, and then you kind of smudge the people with the cloth. Well, one woman there was really praying for a job, and she wanted to let go of the stuff that wasn't having her get this job. Do you know that she got 3 different job offers the following week?
Oh my gosh.
It was just amazing. It was
Wow.
amazing. Yeah, it was so, I was so ecstatic to hear that. So it was pretty, pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I have to tell you that, like I said, the store has such amazing, everywhere that you go, everyone, it's like, oh, look at this little corner in here. And you could be lost in there. We almost had to put one of those Apple devices, a tracking device, on Delora, because we're going like, where is she? Where? TikTok, Delora. You couldn't find her. I was like, oh God, I'm not going to shout in the store. I'm like, Delora. But we had to, because she's like, look at this, look at this, look at this. You guys have so many wonderful things there, and it's really, really cool. Carson says, such a powerful way to nurture, for sure. Love that the store gives a chance to nurture yourself. Truly, truly. So what would you say, because I want to go to our topic, what would you say is a good way for people to nurture themselves? Like, what would you, like if someone came into the store and said, hey, I want to really work on myself, what could you direct me to?
That's going to be unique for each person, but I think a good place to start for anyone is taking time to just be quiet with yourself. Very simple, but that could be a meditation practice, that could be being in nature, and learning just to be comfortable in your own presence, because so much, we have all this noise around us. So just taking time away from social media. My partner just completely got rid of all his social media, and he's like meditating constantly. It's wild. So just, unplugging a little bit. I'm not saying you don't have to be as drastic as what he did, but just taking that time. And then from that quiet space, I think your own intuition, your own higher self will kind of tell you that next step for you. So maybe that's buying a crystal and then planting an intention in that crystal, or maybe finding a book on a topic that's of interest to you. But kind of starting from a place of just silence and stillness within yourself, and knowing that, you're the best, you're the best guide for yourself. No one can tell you what that thing is. I mean, the store is filled with things and you could get lost, but just starting from that place of stillness and intuition. And then when you enter the store, that thing will hopefully reveal itself to you if you're coming from that place of intention and silence. So,
which is really great advice, because there is, guys, on the second floor of the store, when you go up the stairs, there's a cool little bench, and there's a room that has some like water fountain type stuff, and you could sit there and actually just veg out, and it's a really calming place. Dolores said she got lost in the wind chimes. She did get lost in the wind chimes. Carson has a question for you. Do you have a way for people to buy from afar?
We have our books and our oracle cards. We can ship those to you. The best way to browse those things is through our website. We partner with bookshop.org, and we've curated a collection. So it's not like, the whole book, every book possible, but we've curated a collection of, different topics, and that's a good way to shop with the books. Our other products, they're one of a kind. It's harder to list our non-book products online. So that's not really the business we have going right now. We focus more on the in-store experience. But all the books are available. Another thing that's cool is a lot of people don't want to support Amazon. So if you have a book that you need that isn't even spiritual, like some textbook, you can still get it through our website because we partner with bookshop.org. So some people, they prefer to support a smaller store, and they'll just drop ship that to you. So it's a good thing to know about, that there's alternatives out there.
So true. And I'm going to put that up, guys. Thanks to Laura. newrenbooks.com. Let me say that again. newrenbooks.com. New Ren, short for New Renaissance. Books.com. So thank you. Thanks for that. Dolores says, I love shopping with the fairies. I say, let it find me. I found new books on color and vibration. You did? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Hello, Michelle and IMAP428. Thank you so much for being here on Instagram. We're just brand new today. Claire, you're starting us off on Instagram. I thanks to Delora and to a couple others who have Delora had to sit right next to me and go, okay, this is how we do Instagram Live. I'm like, all right, you don't know me. I'll press every single button with the Greek sausage fingers. I'll just press stuff, and
it works pretty well most of the time.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But with StreamYard, you couldn't go in the beginning. You couldn't go on Instagram. I would have to have the phone like right next to me and talk to the phone, but people couldn't see you. Now they can see you because I'm looking at the phone and I'm seeing you. We're probably like 2 seconds delay, but this is super cool. Yeah. Super cool. So thank you, everybody. Does anybody have any questions for Claire? Let's see how many people are local. I'd love to find how many people are local. And cheers to everybody. No, this isn't rosé wine, guys. It's water with the slur little fruit juice and stevia. Carson says it's really a cornucopia. Set your intention, you'll find an answer in New Ren somewhere. Yes, Carson obviously is a local. Cheers to you, Carson. Hello, Priscilla. She said cheers. Questions, guys. Questions on books. Questions on tarot decks or oracle decks that you might want to know a little bit more about. Or again, like we said, the topic is how do we nurture self? And I'm going to say my answer for this is kind of like what Claire said, to quiet the mind. We have so much outside chaotic noise, which then triggers the inside chaotic noise, which can be like, I need this and I need that, blah, 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 and you don't stop. So stop and think. Put your hand on the center of your chest and just breathe. Take a moment to see, what is my heart needing right now? What am I needing emotionally? What am I needing to help clear myself? Where do I need to be grounded? And here's the thing, guys. Some of us are never present. We're always go, 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 go. And how wonderful to go to a store, to be like a kid again and have the wonder of what it feels like for newness. And newness is all around you. I mean, it is, it's just an amazing thing. I love the tongue drums that you guys have. It's just an amazing thing. Hi, Norma. Norma says, New Ren is one of my favorites. Excellent. Thank you for being here. Dolores says, I want to find a place that does an oracle card swap meet.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
It would be an excellent.
We should do that to organize that, Elias. That'd be really fun.
I'll organize something. Yeah. If you help me, I'll do it. That would be kind of fun. I got my store sticker on my car. You do? I love it. I love it. Yeah, there's so many guys. If you haven't been to the store, if you're not in the area, just go to the website and take a look. And here's the thing. Here's the beauty of New Renaissance. Some of the events, you're like, well, I wish they were local. They have events online. You can go and be part of that community online. I remember when we were in the midst of COVID and I just started with you guys, and we did some of the workshops online. It's great to be in person, but if you can't be there, you can be with other great people and do some amazing workshops online. You have many wonderful presenters and super cool people that have lots of different knowledge and different takes on different things. You know, we all can talk about different same topics, but we'll have a different point of view, which I really love. I really love. Ladora says yes. Carson said I'd help with an Oracle swap. Okay, look, you already got a volunteer.
Excellent.
Lisa Randall, hello, and Kuklali, hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Carson says, oh, thank you. Elias next at at New Ren, honoring the sacred feminine. That is a free workshop, everybody. That's May 3rd from 5 to 6 p.m. Bring a picture of a woman that you admire. Okay, it could be on your cell phone. That's all good. And free. Oh, that's free. Yes. And then we're doing another one, May 18th, tapping into your inner voice, understanding the clairs. Now that's not Claire. It's I usually say a joke about all the Claires, and I'll say my favorite is Eclair, and then Carson's like, or Claire Potter, because she'll be our next guest coming up. So that was really good, Carson.
Perfect timing.
So yes, so come find out all about clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant, and claircognizant. There's also clairgustance and clairaudience. So come and find out all about the clairs. It is going to be an amazing workshop, and that workshop is $20. That's on May 18th, 11:30 to 12:30. Oh, thank you so much, Tamara. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being on here. Thank you so much. Oive Lala. Hello, Oive Lala. Thank you for being on here. Good evening, Sherry. Thanks for being here. And just so you guys know that I was honored to have Claire on here. Claire is kind of closing off our Saturdays for a little bit. We're going to be back on starting in May because everybody's out and about on a Saturday when the weather is really good. So starting in May, we'll be doing our guest lives on Wednesdays, 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Yes, understanding the clairs. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for that. Is there an event that you'd like to see, Claire, at the store?
That is a good question. Oh boy, my mind's going blank.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's so many. I mean, we've done
so many.
I know I've done chakras and crystals and animals and past life. And here's one. Guys, what would you like to see if you were in the area? You know, this would be kind of interesting. Has anybody ever done a live and online at the same time workshop?
Live and online, or in person and live?
Well, in person, and then live at the same time online.
I don't know that we've done that.
I'm more than willing to be a guinea pig for it.
Yeah.
So we can see. See. But do you guys have a topic that you would be interested in?
Sorry, my dog's talking there.
No, it's okay. What kind of dog?
She's an Australian Shepherd.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah.
Very, very cute. As you all know, and I'm going to show Claire because Claire hasn't seen. Harry's right there napping. So yeah, Harry's a Platthound Lab, so he's a little bit big. So somebody needs to start talking about the sacred male. Well, that is in June, so I'm planning on doing that already, Delora, in June. So that is a strong vibe that's coming up for June. So thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it. Anybody else? Look, Carson said, yes, please. I want to help with live in person. Okay. You've got volunteers already. Carson is going to be doing the Oracle swap, and she'll be doing this live. Oh, look at this. How about creating an altar space?
Nice. That's great.
Ladora, it is. And I have to tell you something. Let me show you. This, whoops, it's right here. Do you have this book?
I would think so. It looks familiar. And that author, I think, is pretty famous, I think.
Denise Lynn,
Yeah.
I love her because you have this. I know I saw this.
Nice.
And you also have this at the store too.
That looks familiar for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Denise Lynn. She is a Hay House author. And this book is from 1998, I believe. 98 or, yeah, I think it's 98. And this is great. Actually, I could just tell you by opening up inside. Why not just do that, Elias? Because, you know, that's it. But yes, this is, it's a great book. This is from first published in 1999. So it's a great book. And yeah, that would be really cool. Would we be open to get that? Look at Delora. Oh, get Denise Lynn to visit in August.
Why not? We can reach out. I'm ready to start inviting more people. I was kind of, after the pandemic, things were like smaller and, it was just me, and now we have Angela. And so I'm open to anything now, right.
Carson says we still need to get your books at the shops. Yes. We're working on that. Let's do it. I know Denise Lynn is very, very busy, like super, super busy. She's been doing this work, I believe, for over 30 years. She's an amazing woman, and she's just a joy. She really, and so knowledgeable, so personal, and she's got a heart of gold. Just a really talented woman, very, very talented woman. Rose says, I love that book. I have it. I'm sure you're shocked. I am, yes, very shocked that you have this book. But she'll be at Skamania, so close. I know she'll be at Skamania. We don't know how long she's staying in the area. So, who knows? That is something to consider. I'm sure you can put that on your list. Anybody else have any questions? Instagram. I'm so sorry. I'm still new at checking. Does anybody have any questions on Instagram? Liz Dawn knows Denise Lynn very well. Liz, are you still on Instagram? So we have Gallon Gallery. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. And Lisa Randall, any questions? Any questions that you may have? Hour and a half detour from the airport. Just saying, you're cute. And Dolores popped over to Instagram to help out. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's funny. I really am liking doing this on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube. Yes, I can see that, Delora, from Insta. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing that. Anything else you want to share about things that are coming up or something that you're looking forward to at the store to tell our watchers?
We have some really great events coming up. Some of you may know of Dr. Judith Orloff. She works with empaths. So she's coming at the beginning of May. So that's going to be a big event. And she usually sells out. So it's good to get your ticket in advance if you can.
Do we know when that is?
Oh, the exact date?
Yes.
Let me pull it up here. Let's see. That is happening May 2nd. I think that's a Thursday night. It's at 6:00. The ticket comes with a copy of her new book, The Genius of Empathy. And that's the name of the talk, The Genius of Empathy, Ignite Your Healing Superpower.
I love that. She did the Empowering Empath book.
Yes. Let's see. Was that what it's called? I think so. Yeah. She did the Empath Survival Guide, and maybe she did one called Empowering Empaths too. Okay. I won't be surprised.
And Dolores says, and Dougal Fraser, the store carries his books and his Oracle deck. So that's good. Rose said she's amazing, meaning Dr. Judy Orloff. Yes, yes, Judith. Sorry, Judith Orloff. Yes, she is. I love her books. That's maybe something. I've got to see what I'm doing May 2nd because I might want to go. So I'll have to check that out. Thank you for doing that. And other things that are coming up.
Yeah. So we also have, this is actually something fun for people who don't live in Portland because they can join. It's a free book group around the book, The Body Keeps the Score. That's a New York Times bestseller, and it's all about trauma and healing with trauma. One of our presenters, and he's an intuitive reader at the store, Mark, who also works with angels, he's facilitating it. And it's something that anyone can just drop into. It's every Tuesday. Sometimes there's going to be special guests. Like last week, there was a trauma therapist on as a special guest. But then they did like a meditation, working with the angels to heal trauma. And then also it was a real conversation, you know, drawing from the book. But if you do join, you don't feel like you have to read the book in order to join, because you can still get a whole lot out of it. And it's free, so it's awesome. So it's every Tuesday on Zoom. So you can just RSVP and you'll get the link. And it shows there's a real need for that, because we had like 50 people RSVP for that. So people are really working on healing their trauma and healing, you know, those parts of ourselves that, you know, we keep in the shadows. So it's a common theme happening right now.
And that's why we talk about this, everybody. That's why we talk about nurturing. Everyone's looking to get closer to self, closer to their heart, closer to healing. So I think it's really important, everyone, to really go within and get the healing and get the information. You know, even though I teach, I'm learning every single day. I still am a student of this, and I think it's really important. Super, super important. Very nice evening with you guys. Wish I was closer. Well, Cindy, guess what? I know you're in Canada and you could still do the online stuff. And there's stuff that New Renaissance offers, as we said, free online. So take a look at that. And thanks to Laura. So if you guys want to know the events, go to www.newrenbooks.com/events. And you can see things there. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, or Evelyn. Hi, thank you for being here. Absolutely, we all do. Yes, very true, Mary Jane. We all need the kind of healing that we need. I want to thank you so much for being here, Claire. And
absolutely, it's so fun hanging out with you. I always like being in your presence. You're so
thank you. And everyone, thank you for supporting. I think it's, you know, I know many of you are not from the area, and it was just really nice to have all of you here and just applaud. I applaud your family for doing the work that they do and having a place where people can come and get good, honest, authentic information, which is, I think that our world needs that. So thank you. And you hold the line for a second, Claire. Right. Everyone else, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, our next guest will be May 1st. May 1st, and that will be Moira Scullion. And we'll be talking about elements and you. And May's theme is all about exploring, because every month we have a different theme. So May's theme is explore. So we've got some amazing people. I'm just going to share all this with you. We've got Moira on May 1st. We have Laura Stasunis talking about exploring the Akashic Records on the 18th. We have Pandora Pappas talking about exploring the intuitive self. And she's got a new deck coming out. Shh. And on the 22nd, we have a mystery guest. I would like to spill the beans on who it is, but I'm going to keep it as a secret. So May 22nd, Emmy Scamahorn, thanks for being here, my friend. You're going to have to watch the replay. May 22nd is a mystery guest, and May 29th, she is back doing her beautiful, I want to show you, Claire. Look at the beautiful artwork.
Oh, wow.
Isn't this beautiful?
Beautiful. Yeah.
So we have a friend. Her name is Rachel Elizabeth, and she does these. She's also a best-selling author, and she'll be joining us on the 29th. And Dolores said, it's the cookbook lady. For the mystery guest. No, it's not the cookbook lady. Not the cookbook lady. Everyone's dying to know who it is. All right. Emmy says she was napping. I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm glad you were doing okay. All right. Again, Claire, thank you so much for being here. Hold the phone. And everybody else, thank you so much. Remember, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. Yes, thank you. And I'll end with that. From our hearts to yours, thank you for being here. And yes, please remember, we do have an astrology class, a basic astrology class coming up in May. And that is being taught by Dawn Silver. She's a naturopath, and she was the owner of a store like New Renaissance. It was called Healing Earth, and that was in Chicago. And she's an amazing woman. She's been doing astrology for over 40 years. So that class is May 2nd, 9th, and 16th. So please come see us, come join us. You will be able to learn how to read your own chart after the class. So Kelly says, thank you. Thank you. I love learning more about New Renaissance. You're welcome, because I talk about you guys all the time. So, all right, guys, have a beautiful night. Instagram, thank you for being here. Is our first live on Instagram. Super excited. And Claire, thank you again. And everyone else, we'll see you real soon. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful